Hi, this is Pat Johnson, your sociology instructor. In this mini lecture, we're going to talk about the topics of socialization and then resocialization. Now, when I think of socializing, I usually think of hanging out with people, maybe at a party, and talking to them. That's not what we mean by socialization in sociology. Socialization has a different meaning. Socialization is the social processes through which children develop an awareness of social norms and values and achieve a sense of self. Socialization is how we learn culture. When we were talking about the nature versus nurture debate, with nature being biology and nurture being the environment, and how these two factors influence us to be who we are. Socialization is really the nurture side of that debate. In other words, all those social experiences we have throughout our life are how we learn the values, the norms, the culture of the society in which we live. All of that comes through socialization. We call those encounters where we learn the social norms and the values, where we achieve that sense of self. We call all those situations agents of socialization. Let's take a look. Agents of socialization are groups or social contexts within which processes of socialization take place. Now that's a pretty complex language definition, but really all we mean by agents of socialization is all those things that help us develop who we are. The number one agent of socialization is the family. That initial interaction that we have with our family members really helps us form not only language, but our values, our ideas of who we are in society. Next, when a child goes to school, the school becomes an agent of socialization. Not just the teachers and the lessons, but the other children that a child will encounter and how they influence him or her. That leads to the third agent of socialization, the peer group. Our friends, those people who aren't our friends, in other words, everybody that we encounter about our own age as we are growing up, our peer group are really big agents of socialization. They influence us. Parents are often aghast at how children will lose their values and take on the values of their peers, a strong agent of socialization. The mass media, what we consume, not just on our smartphones and the internet, but on television, anything we read, those are agents of socialization called the mass media. That first job we have in the workplace is a huge agent of socialization. We may have been coddled as a child where we thought we were the center of the universe. And then when we enter the workplace, we realize that there are all sorts of rules that we must abide to if we want to remain employed. The workplace is a huge agent of socialization. And then for many of us, our religion is a great agent of socialization. If you are religious, you may find your values at odds with the culture that you live in, that many people take part in, and that you have a different value system. That's where religion comes in as an agent of socialization. So what I want you to think about is what agents of socialization influenced you to become the person you are, and how so? That could be a potential essay question on a test. Now, some of you have gone through resocialization. When we're talking about resocialization, we're talking about the process whereby people learn new rules and norms upon entering a new social world. Certainly, people who immigrate to a country from a vastly different country go through a process of resocialization. And maybe some of you have gone through that. Two other types of resocialization are the military. Many of my students are related to the military, either active duty, veterans, or family members. What the family members may not realize is just how much resocialization goes on in boot camp and throughout the military member's career. Somebody who had been a typical teen who wanted to sleep in and maybe talk back to their parents certainly wasn't allowed to do that in boot camp. It was an extreme situation for resocialization. On the other hand, prison can also be an agent of resocialization. Prisons are certainly places where there are new values, new norms, new routines of behavior. And those who have gone to prison have experienced great culture shock because of the resocialization taking place. So again, ask yourself, have you experienced any resocialization where things were vastly different in your life? And how did that occur? So we've talked about socialization, agents of socialization, and then the process of resocialization.